Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravos Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions. We combine all this information, put it to good use, even when our throat is a little sore. And that's what we do every morning. Today is Thursday, December 5th. It is a pleasure to see you this morning, as every morning. And today, we're rushed. We are rushed because there were so many news items that I could choose from that I figured, what are we going to do? So we're going to save some things for tomorrow. But today, we have enough things. Hold on just a second. Let me just unplug something and plug it again. Today, we have all kinds of news that I wish to share with you. As always, if you have something interesting that you want to share with everyone, please feel free to add a capital letter Q to your comment, and that way we won't miss it. And if you are new to the broadcast, if you're watching live for the first time, we'd love to give you a nice little welcome. All you have to do is add the capital letter N, as in new, and we will welcome you to our cluster. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, we'd like to say hello to all newcomers. Let's start with the news, of which we have plenty. This is good news for anyone that works on your feet. The so-called chair law has been approved by unanimity by Congress, which means that every worker in Mexico is entitled not only to a break, but if you stand in your job, if you work on your feet, you have to have a chair. So business owners, make sure that you keep this in mind as this law is going into effect sometime soon. More details have been revealed about the new $42 passenger cruise tax approved by Congress earlier this week. Now we know that 67% of the tax money raised will go to the Ministry of National Defense and the rest to the federal treasury, although no specific information has been revealed about how the money would be actually used. And enough controversy has surrounded the new tax law that Presidenta Sheinbaum suggested a thorough analysis and the postponement of the law until 2026. Now, whether this will actually happen or not remains to be determined. Here's some interesting news from our city. Mayor Luis Munguia met with Rafael Llerena, who is the leader of the Mexican Workers Confederation, or CTM. Now, you don't need to know much about the organization or its leader, but do keep in mind that Llerena is a very powerful political figure in Mexico. He oversees the taxi unions. So whenever there are any discussions between taxis and private transportation companies, or taxis versus Uber and so forth and so on, or platform drivers, Llerena and the CTM are involved. Let me clear my throat. So whenever there are mobility issues in our city, Llerena gets involved. And of course, Mayor Munguia talked about all kinds of things like modernizing the bus fleet, making it electrical, and so forth and so on. But the one item that caught my attention was this. There is the possibility that city buses may be, and I'm saying maybe because this is still speculation, may be removed from the downtown area on weekends allowing for a more pleasant experience for locals and tourists as they move through El Centro and that general area. I'm sure some people are going to hate the fact that buses are going to be eliminated or could be eliminated from downtown, whereas other people will be thrilled that less traffic will move through the downtown area. Um, we'll have to wait and see. Yesterday, I had to deal with irregular traffic because of the pilgrimages, but we'll get into that a little later. Last bit of news in our first block. Puerto Vallarta is keen on having its public beaches recertified and is hoping to do this with the new Commission of Free, Clean, and Certified Beaches. And this commission will focus first on two local beaches, Playa de Oro, which is located in the hotel zone, and Playa Camarones, which is by the Malecon. Clean beaches are always a good thing to have, and hopefully this will take place and will help enhance the tourism promotion of our city. And now let's take a quick look at the weather. Dun-dun-dun-dun. It's the perfect temperature outside, but you'll probably spend all day inside stalking people on Facebook. Well, I don't know about stalking people, but the thought of staying indoors is always alluring, but that's just hermit old me. Of course, today we're going to go do a music appreciation presentation, so we'll be out and about. It is 24 degrees out there. 24 degrees. That's wonderful. Humidity is at 66%. And our weather forecast says we're going to have a humid day with clear skies, a high of 28 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Friday, overcast skies in the morning with mostly clear skies in the afternoon with a high of 27 and a low of 17. And then Saturday, a humid day with overcast skies plus some patches of sun shining through, a high of 28 and a low of 19. Oy, so as I was saying just a moment ago, yesterday I went into town to do the spotlight, which was a lot of fun. And because we combined four interviews and an unexpected giveaway. We've never had such a busy spotlight. It was a blast. I will be editing little clips to share with you, and I will be uploading the link for you to watch all four interviews. And you'll find the link in the show notes. But of course, what I wanted to tell you is that indeed, by the time I finished the spotlight, public transportation had gone into peregrinación mode, so there was no public buses heading from Emiliano Zapata into town through El Centro. So I had to take a bus through the Libramiento, which was crowded and crazy and chaotic, but it's only until the 12th. So once again, if you're going to be in town through the afternoon, in El Centro through the afternoon, and you need to get in and out of El Centro at some point in time, do remember that vehicular traffic has been altered to allow for the different processions that are moving in and out of the area. So make sure that you calculate enough time to move about. It's never a good time to catch a small chest cold, particularly when you're going to be talking for hours later on in the day, but we'll be fine. We'll have a fabulous presentation. More news. You can now enroll in school to become a charro in Puerto Vallarta. This is true. Puerto Vallarta has announced a charro school, and the school is welcoming 60 initial students. This is the municipality's effort to help promote one of Mexico's most popular sports, charreria, or all the skills required to ride a horse charro style here in Mexico. I had prepared, or I had pre-announced a couple of newsletters that I received from two nonprofits, but I'm going to share those tomorrow so we have a little bit of content as well. I do want to let you know, again, that we had a lovely spotlight yesterday, and we are geared for next week. We already have a full slate of guests Rick Hepting is going to be talking about exotic plants that he collects and sells. And Stan Wagner, who is one of our community partners, both through his neurofeedback operation, he also has a company that handles home safety audits. If you are concerned about whether your home is safe enough, if you have an elder relative living here in Puerto Vallarta and you're living elsewhere and you're concerned about the well being of your relative, Stan and his team go in and out of homes and evaluate their safety for you to enjoy. So, this is what we're going to be having in the next week on the 11th. As you can see, we already have two people signed up for the first two interview or episodes of the Spotlight at the beginning of January. Todd Friedman will come in and talk about his stick television services. And he's been producing a show that is going on at Nacho Daddy. He's going to tell us about his experience producing a music show and promoting a music show. And then Mari Torres de Gonzalez is going to talk about acupuncture and biomagnetism. I was fortunate enough to receive her treatment earlier this fall. And I know Mari very well now, and she's a sweet, sweet, awesome lady. So it'll be fun to learn about her products and services. As you know, we are currently looking for other people to sign up for the Spotlight. We have spots available now for the months of January and February. As you know, registration is completely free, and it is a pleasure to get to know so many new people from our community and help them promote what they are doing. If this is something you're interested in doing, all you have to do is click on the URL that is contained within our show notes, and you will be good to go. And with all that said, let's see what's on your mind. Oh, and before we go into your comments, one final note about my Christmas presentation this afternoon. I understand either tickets have sold out or there's very, very few seats. I know Alexis, who organizes the presentations, and I know he will probably try to finagle a half a dozen seats at the back of the room. So if you want to give it a go, feel free to stop by this afternoon. I cannot guarantee that there will be a seat for you, but feel free to give it a go. And once again, my cup is full because of your curiosity about how we celebrate the holidays here in Mexico. And now let's take a quick look at your comments. Lots of good morning. Oh, God. Snow. No, I remember snow. David says we had our first snow in eastern Massachusetts last night. I have faint memories of snow. Albert is on his way to Puerto Vallarta. Safe travels, my friend. I hope to see you this afternoon. Let's see what else we have. Da, 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 da. Happy Paco presentation Thursday, everyone. Excited about tonight's Navidad presentation. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my God, look who's here. Hi, Chris. Chris, who used to have that wonderful bar, the wine bar. Hello from Switzerland. Come back to Puerto Vallarta and open another secret wine bar. I declare it's necessary. No, seriously, it's good to see your comment, Chris. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. You are sorely missed. Let's see. Oh, Fred is going to be with us this afternoon. That is awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Karen thoroughly enjoyed the Spotlight yesterday. Fun interviews, no? I mean, we had Lawrence talk about what's coming on in El Rey Lounge de Versalles. Carmen promoted her upcoming public dinner. We had Gia Hernandez talking to us about ghost tours, cemetery tours here in Puerto Vallarta. And we had Jorge Villela talking to us about lucha libre, how it happens, why to go, why go. It was fascinating. Oh, and then we had an unexpected giveaway from our new friends from Vagabundas Versalles. It was awesome. Pam pam. How will not having buses in its centro on weekends affect workers going to work on them? Well, here's the thing, Harold. It really depends on who you ask. And this is my very personal opinion. You can walk. Actually, hold on just a second. Boom, 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 boom. You can walk from one end of the other in El Centro in less than 20 minutes. So it's not going to be a deal breaker, in my opinion. It doesn't rain this time of year, so you're not going to get wet. There are some people that will have mobility issues and will not feel kind about having to walk. But again, it's an idea. It has to be tried so that we can find out whether it's a good idea or not. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Fred says, I will bring tequila for your throat. You know, that'll help my throat and my nervousness. I always get nervous making presentations, but that's part of the fun. Let's. Carmen says, let's go meet them, Paco. Let's go to this Charro school. You know, once they begin operations, you are absolutely right. It would be a lot of fun to go and get some footage and see what they teach and how they do it. I love it. Do you need anything for your cold, darling? Limonada con miel is good. I think I'm good. I may have a little sip of tequila with honey in a little while. And we'll take it from there. Ooh, Michael. I love it. No buses in Centro. How stupid is that? Want to open up traffic, then choose one or two routes that they run on. How many employees and locals ride the bus? Are they expected to now walk from El Centro to the park at the start of the Malecón and still pay the same fare? If they pass that, wait and see the protest. Oh, I'm sure people are going to get ugly. You know, it's not a perfect system. I don't think it's a good idea or a bad idea. The reality is that given our topography, you know, it's very difficult to think about creative and useful and effective ways to diminish vehicular traffic through the downtown area. We'll see how they figure this one out. Pam pam pam. Pam pam pam. Pam pam pam. Chris says 18 here this morning. Looking forward to our return to Miss Maloya. That's great. I've no idea where here is, but it's cold. Oh, Chris, I wish I could come back. Missing Mexico. Thanks for the invite and nice words. Well, last time you were in town on vacation, I was so fortunate enough that you reached out to me. I hope you do the same next time you visit, because it's always nice to spend time with you and hear about your adventures. Yay. And what else do we have? Such a stupid thought on the mayor's part. Well, maybe stupid, maybe not, Michael. Maybe we need to be open to new possibilities, maybe not. What do I know? Let's see what else. Oh, Saskatchewan, and you pronounce it right. Thank you. See, I wish I could keep track of where you're all living. I can barely keep track of what's on my pantry. So that deserves one of these. And with that said, I gotta go polish my presentation for this afternoon and wrap this this broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me. I apologize for the fractured voice, but I am on the mend. I don't feel any pain or anything. It's just Flushing. Thank you for your support. As always, thank you for passing around information about what we do and who we are. It helps a great deal. And I will see some of you in the afternoon, and I'll see some of you tomorrow morning. Have an amazing Thursday.